Hello. Oh my gosh. Am I having a technology day or what? I'm hoping you're going to be able to see me. It's Jacqueline. It's not 3 o'clock. It's actually 2. I actually have a prior commitment I have to go to, so I'm going to pop in. I think it's better to be proactive than reactive, so rather than letting you wait, we're going to do a cooking class today using one of the products that's in the Epic box, and it was actually a recipe card. So I'm just realizing I didn't switch my screen around, but whatever. So what it actually says, in case you're not dyslexic, it says steamer honey garlic salmon and veggies. And that's what we're making today. So let's get started, shall we? We, of course, are using our honey garlic meatballs. Again, thinking out of the box, we are not making meatballs. We are actually making salmon today. So using your Prep Pro scissors, let me know when you're in here. I know I'm early. If you're watching the replay, please let me know that as well. We are working on making the sauce. So I'm using my saute pan. I love this saute pan. It's fabulous because it's non-stick. I love that it has a lid. And of course, I love the capacity. So we'll get this heated up. Perfect. And we need to make the sauce. It's so simple to make. I love that Epicure makes life so easy. So we'll pour in water. We're going to get some fun food facts as well. We are also adding some honey. So honey, I don't know if you noticed, I do not have a container with metal in it. It's really important when you're having honey to not have it crystallize, that you use either an acrylic or wood spoon. So I see we've got one person watching. I know I'm early, so I apologize, everyone. So we basically got water and our honey. So now we need to make the sauce. And the reason I'm doing it in the saucepan is we need to, of course, thicken this. So pour your entire contents. You're not going to use all of this in one sitting, but you can actually keep it in a bowl in the fridge and use it for some other purpose, maybe for dipping or for coating some meatballs that you've maybe got frozen in your freezer. Or maybe it's just tossing it on, I don't know, broccoli, or I don't know, maybe it's some other fun food you've got sitting in your fridge. So make sure you've got all the lumps out. Now this will cook up very quickly. So if you happen to have it, grab your whisk. This is a piano wire whisk. It was on sale, by the way, over the Christmas holidays. And I should mention, right now we have a pantry sale. So if you go to my website, I'll make sure I drop the link for you, but go check out some of the deals that we have on right now. They are absolutely amazing. So the recipe says get this going. Now I'm going to showcase, while we're getting that started, our multi-purpose steamer. Now this multi-purpose steamer, I love the size of it, will actually hold enough for a family of 4. There's only 2 of us, and I'm going to cook once and eat twice. I know my husband loves anything salmon, as do I. So I've got 3 pieces in here. And when you buy hi Cheryl, when you actually purchase the multi-purpose steamer, it will come with a tray. And so you're going to actually see me use this tray today. You may have been wondering, what is this tray used for? And of course, we've used it to make potato chips by thinly slicing potatoes on a mandolin. We've used it for putting bacon on and setting it inside the steamer and letting the fat drip through to the bottom so you get a nice crispy bacon without all the fat. But today we're actually going to flip it over and it's going to become a veggie basket. How cool is that? So let's just get this thickening. You can see probably on my screen. How many of you have a multi-purpose steamer? We actually, there's a name. Some people call it the purple people feeder. If you don't have that, I absolutely love that it just takes a lot of your time and effort out of the kitchen, because it cooks items really fast, but it's the cleanup that I absolutely love. It's effortless. I always make my rice in it. Of course, I love popcorn, and just a 1/4 cup of dry kernels in here with the lid on it, throw it in the microwave. Every microwave is a little bit different, but in about, I'm going to say it's probably about 3 minutes. Well, I know 3 minutes and 12 seconds on my microwave. I have a perfect bowl of popcorn. So we've got this thickened up. Now, the longer you keep it on the stove, the thicker it's going to make it. But I'm going to be cooking this in the microwave as well. So I want it still a little bit runny. And using my saute spoon, I'm pouring over approximately a 1/4 cup of the sauce, the honey garlic sauce, over my salmon. So I've got that set in there nicely. Now, here's the basket. So the reason you would use the basket versus just throwing our veggies in on top is because we do have the salmon, which is going to cook a little bit longer, and we've got our veggies, which are probably going to cook a little bit faster. And for those of you who have picky eaters, you'll notice that the actual tray has a divider in it. So those picky eaters can't throw their nose up. You can keep the red on one side and the green on the other, but if it's not a big deal, just dump it totally on. And then we're setting this on top. Now I'm going to give you some fun food facts in a minute. Grab the lid. You'll notice that the lid has vents on it, and the vents are always away from the handles. We'll throw this in the microwave for 9 minutes. Give me a second, I'll be right back. And hopefully have some fun food facts. So I did have some fun food facts set up in front of me. I noticed with my challenges with technology today that my systems are all closing down, and it's like, what is with that? Do I have a virus or something? Hi, Eva. So what I'm going to try on memory is I want to talk a little bit about honey. As I mentioned earlier, you do not put metal in your honey jar, because what ends up happening is it crystallizes. And so when you buy honey and you're putting it in a container, if you have a acrylic item like this, or if you want to use wood, that's the best bet. Now, honey is one of these products. Actually, I found it in King Tut's tomb. It has incredibly stable shelf life. And what I love about it is the value of it. Honey is really, really good for you. In fact, they actually say if you buy honey that's local, it actually can help with allergies. Now, who makes honeys? Honey? Honeybees do. And honeybees are pretty darn amazing. Did you know that an average honeybee makes 1/12 of a teaspoon in its entire life? So, oh my gosh, you just have to realize how precious this is. The other thing is the speed that honeybees travel. The speed of an average honeybee is 15 miles per hour. And so they are going from different plants, collecting and gathering so they can make this honey. And now you see the value of how important these honeybees are. So if you happen to have a garden or whatever, treat them really nice. I know, like in the summer, if it's drought conditions or whatever, you may see honeybees really struggling. They may need water rounds. So, you know, even just spraying a little in a hot day, just grabbing a sprinkler and just spraying a little bit in the area so that honeybees can get some water for replenishment. You know how important being hydrated is. So what else can I tell you about this? Well, let's talk a little bit about salmon. Now, when you go to the store and you purchase salmon, you'll probably notice that there's really red salmon, there's pink salmon, and not all salmons are alike, but I will tell you some important facts about salmon. Did you know that salmon starts in fresh water they actually live in saltwater and they go back for reproductive purposes back to fresh water again. So I know where I live out in the Okanagan, very close to me, I'm on Okanagan Lake, and there is actually a stream, and in the fall we have local salmon that travel up the creek to spawn. And these salmon, they don't look really nice when they're spawning. They totally change color. They become a bright orange color. You do not eat them at that stage. They look pretty ugly. Their faces actually morph. And so they actually get a hook nose. So I'm sure bears love them because once they spawn, they usually die. And here's another really interesting fact about this meal alone and how valuable the ingredients are, is salmon, when they're going up streams, can jump up to 15 feet. That's crazy. So when they're, jumping up ladders or over rocks to continue their journey, I think that in itself is absolutely incredible. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is about our Epic box. As I mentioned, I'm making the recipe that was actually in the box this month. And every month, if you're familiar with our Epic box, I love for the mere fact that this is the gift that keeps giving. Every time you purchase one of these boxes, our company is donating money, not our products, but actual money to food banks in Canada and the United States for 7 people. How incredible is that? And every month, packed inside is a surprise. I already know sort of what's happening for next month. It's like always got an exclusive item. This one has one of my favorites. In the month of January, we had SPG, salt, pepper, garlic, which I live on. Our skillet lasagna, which is a brand new product that hit our line and it's delicious. Rotisserie chicken, sweet banana bread and muffins. Excuse me. Mac and cheese, and this again is a gift of giving. Our company, this is a fundraiser, so we donate when you purchase mac and cheese. And a family favorite, cheeseburger pasta. This is a family staple. So you'll notice on the bottom of the box when you purchase this, it actually says buy a meal, share a meal. Every month you subscribe, Epicure donates meals for 7 people in need. So it actually says tag us and use hashtag EpicBox. I don't know if you ever read the bottom of these boxes in your post and enter for a monthly giveaway. Have you done that? Well, you should. So when you're making mac and cheese, post it, tag EpicBox, and get your name into the draw. So I'm going to do that. Who's in it to win it? So we've got approximately 2 minutes left. While that's waiting, I'm going to keep the remaining sauce. As I mentioned earlier, you're not going to use it all today. I'm going to keep a little bit out because I'm going to pour it on my salmon once I turn it. So what questions do you have for me? Sorry, like I said, my technology, I had all these fun food facts and maybe my computer's gonna work again. Yay, it is. Okay, so here's some fun food facts for you while we sit and wait. I mean, when have you ever had cooking a meal and you're just sitting there waiting? I mean, usually you're scrambling. Not with Epicure. We make life just so darn easy. So here's some additional fun food facts. Okay, honey goes back to the Stone Ages. It actually was harvested, and according to rock art, yes, when they did hieroglyphics and whatever, it goes back to 8,000 BC. Honey's been around forever. Love it. I mentioned about, an average honeybee so 1 pound of honey is made by having 2 million flower visits. Wow. And bees fly approximately 55,000 miles back and forth to bring that honey. Remember, they travel 15 miles an hour. So a honeybee will usually visit you know, before it runs back home, because it's a long trip, we'll usually probably hit 50 to 100 different flowers. Now, okay, I'm just sort of curious. How do they count that? Who watches those bees go from flower to flower? There must be some magic power to that. The average light hive will contain approximately 5,000 to 6,000 worker bees. And I'm going to tell you, one of my neighbors, when I was a little girl, just down on the farm that we had, there was a general store, and my grandpa gave me money, and I remember jumping on my horse with my, I think it was $1, and $1 went a really long way that time. And I remember riding my horse, and I don't know what happened, but I had really long hair at the time, and the honeybees attacked me. Now, I don't know why they attack. I should have checked that before I started, but I don't know if they were attacking me or if they just got caught in my hair. I just happened to be between point A and point B, maybe. But I remember the honeybees getting in my hair, and I jumped off the horse. I threw my candy in the ditch, and the neighbor lady who had the honeybees came running out. And I feel, reading this information, I feel so bad, because I remember her taking her fingers, because I was just a crazy woman, and her squeezing the bees out of my hair. I did get bit, and I remember my grandmother putting on lard. Yeah, that lard actually was going to protect me. I guess there's lots more to honey and all that. So my microwave's ready. Let me go grab that. Ooh, it is hot. Now when you take it out, remember I talked about the steam vents. Flip it away from you. And I did talk about how our veggies are going to cook faster than our, ooh, very hot, hang on. Going to grab my tongs here. I'm pulling this out. Just transport it here for the moment. Now, go take a look at your salmon. Really good to make sure that it's cooked well, so grab a fork. Depending on your salmon, you want to go for the thickest part. If it flakes, it's probably good. Okay, so I've got one piece that's not quite done. So I did say I had a little bit of remaining sauce. And I want to get lots of flavor on here. I'm throwing it back. I'm going to guess probably 2 more minutes. And then we're going to be eating. So let me grab this, put the lid back on it, and we'll cook it again. And that is how we make our salmon. So to plate this, I'm going to grab a new, because that was still semi-cooked. There was just one piece that wasn't. Take your beans or whatever vegetables that you have. Grab some peppers. I'm going to pull out one of those salmon. One of the smaller pieces. That's perfectly cooked. And we'll plate that. And there you have it. If you want, grab your everything bagel. Give it a little sprinkle. Supper is ready. So there you go. Make sure you try our epic box. Grab that. If you have our honey garlic meatballs, maybe give it a shot on some chicken or salmon. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you again really soon. Take care everyone. Bye for now.